When you start praying, 4 things will begin to happen to you that awakens your propensities. Number 1, the prayer will begin to stir your spirit man. It's like charging your spirit. You know, your battery can have a lot of potentials. Your phone, you can browse with it. You can make calls with it. You can even use the torchlight on your phone. But if the battery is dead, the phone is useless. The moment you connect it to electricity, something happens. Energy begins to enter the phone. When the phone becomes charged, every potential is awoken. That's what prayer does. And that's what Jude taught us. In Jude verse 20, he says, you dearly beloved. The word building up yourself is the word charging up yourself. It says charging up yourself in your most holy faith. Praying in the spirit. So a moment a man begins to pray in the spirit, he is charging himself so that his potentials that are already installed in Christ can begin to find expression. This is why you can prophesy, but you have never prophesied. This is why you should heal the sick, but you have never healed the sick. This is why you have divine favor. So much so that any door should open to you, but that favor has not activated. You have divine wisdom to lead a generation in the direction that they should go. But that wisdom will still be dormant because the charging has not taken place. The first thing prayer does that makes prayer very vital in spiritual awakening is the stirring potentials of prayer. The second thing prayer does is to open you up to the realm of the voice of God. The moment a man begins to pray, he begins to hear and he begins to see. He begins to connect with the dimensions of God. Jeremiah 33 verse 3. He said, call upon me and I will answer. And he didn't stop there. After I have answered, he said, now I will show you great and mighty things that you know not of. Great and mighty things. So God is not only answering your needs. When you start praying, he connects you to his realm. So the reason a man operates divine is because he is drawing inspiration from another realm. The glory of the moon is its connection to the sun. Disconnect the moon from the sun, it becomes useless. So when you find a man operating like a god on the earth, it's because he's vitally connected to God. God is showing him, God is talking to him. Even Jesus himself said, the works that I do is what I see my Father do that I do. So when Jesus lays hands on a man and eyes open, when Jesus commands and mount his move, it's because he's seeing something you are not seeing. He's hearing something you are not hearing. The moment you start praying, you too begin to see and hear those things. If a man is not praying, he will be dry of the presence of God. And if he's dry of the presence of God, his divine propensity will not wake up. This thing is not about a cliche. It's not about how you talk or how you act. It's about what you carry. If you don't carry the presence, shout, it won't work. Act like a man who carries it and mimic him exactly. It will not work. But when you carry it, anything you do works. So when a man knows this secret, he kills himself on the altar. Lord, it's either you show up or I die here. You see Jesus early in the morning, Mark 1:35. He goes to a solitary place. He prays. And the next thing, he enters the city. Blind eyes are opening. You are now watching how they command blind eyes to open. You said, because he said, out. You too, you come. You say, out. When the demon slaps you. Where is the canopy of the presence? That's what people follow, not you. Nobody was following Moses. They were following the presence. That's why when the presence stopped, they stopped. The fourth thing that makes prayer awakens your divine dimension is because prayer causes you to sustain spiritual mindedness. A man who doesn't pray will be carnal. Prayer is a spiritual exercise, and the most spiritual, I dare to say so. He said in Romans 8:9, to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. So if you want to operate in life, you must sustain spiritual mindedness. But how do you awaken that mentality? It's by prayer. The moment you start praying, everything shifts. Everything shifts. Everything shifts. And that's why those who are carnal can't pray. But the moment a man starts growing in spirituality, prayer becomes a second nature. because it awakens the consciousness of the spirit realm. Paul was speaking in Colossians 3 from verse 1 to 3. He said, if you say you are dead with Christ, he said, let your affection be on the things that are above, where Christ dwells. He said, for our life is hid in Christ and Christ in God. So when you start praying, you begin to shift your affection to the things that are above. So spiritual mindedness is awoken. That spiritual mindedness is the bandwidth through which the resources of life flows. And so you find a man who wants to harness his divine possibilities. Prayer will stop being the assignment of the prayer group and the intercessors. Thank God for those who are praying for you. Thank God for those who are praying for the ministry. But their prayer cannot make you spiritually minded. It's your own prayer that will make you spiritually minded. And until you become spiritually minded, the resources of life cannot flow through you. And finally, it triggers metamorphosis. Men transform when they pray. Because when you pray, you see. I quoted already Jeremiah 33 verse 3. He said, ask me, I will answer. I will show you. And part of the things he shows you are his dimensions. And that's why Romans 3, 1 Corinthians 3:18 said that we all with open faces, beholding. It is the gospel that opens your face, but it is prayer that beholds. There are two different things. The Bible says when we turn to Christ, the veil is removed. So the gospel removes the veil, but it's prayer that focuses on Christ. And as you behold, the Bible said you are changed from one level of glory to another level of glory. Because in Christ, the glory is already on you. But for you to manifest that glory in ever increasing propensity, you have to keep beholding in prayer. So prayer triggers spiritual transformation and metamorphosis.
Thank you for watching, and if you have been blessed by this message, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. God bless you.